Hi, and welcome back to the Business Career College video series. In this video, we're going to look at a little bit more detail around coordination of benefits. And specifically what we're going to look at is the concept of an individual deductible and a family deductible. Now, this video will be best if you've watched the other health insurance videos concerning cost sharing and coordination of benefits. If you haven't watched those two videos, then this video is probably not going to be particularly helpful for you. So the other thing I'll caution about here, this is really only applicable for LLQP students. There's pretty much no other course where this becomes an issue unless you're looking at one of the higher end group benefits courses like your CEBS. But for our purposes here, we're just concerned with LLQP. So the concept of deductibles then, we already know this to be a cost sharing measure. And so what happens in terms of this cost sharing is we say, okay, plan member, you're going to have some responsibility to pay some of the costs of your health care before we, the insurer, will pay anything. Now, in reality today, deductibles are not all that common, but you will see them on the exam, even if not in reality too much, although you do see them here and there in reality. Newer plans especially tend to get away from deductibles. And then the other issue is there are actually numerous ways that this concept can be applied in real life, but what we are concerned with here is what happens on the LLQP exam. So let's say that we have a plan member who has a $25 individual deductible and a $75 family deductible. So a $25 individual and $75 family. And our plan member, we'll call him Rick, and Rick has 3 kids. Okay, we got Jessica here, who is 8. We've got Vince, who is 6, and Cassie, who is 4. Okay, and what happens then is, let's say this all happens in 2014. So we're going to deal all in the 2014 plan year. And in whatever month, January of 2014, Rick goes to the dentist. And Rick is going to end up using a $25 deductible. Rick is an individual. And then, later in that same year, we're going to send Jessica to the dentist. So let's say March of 2014. Now Jessica also goes to the dentist, and Jessica is also an individual. So at this point, Jessica is also using a $25 deductible. But what happens now is we have used $25 of deductible here and $25 of deductible here towards the $75 family deductible. We've used $50 of family deductible. And then later in the year, we'll say in May of 2014, Vince goes to the dentist, and Vince is also an individual. And Vince also has then a $25 deductible, as he is an individual. And at this point, we can see that we have used $75 of family deductible, which means there's no more family deductible to apply here. So now, later in that same year, we'll say in September of 2014, now Cassie is also at the dentist. And Cassie, even though she's an individual, she will have no deductible, and the reason for that is because we've used up all of our family deductible. So there's no deductible, whether individual or family here, and this simply ends the application of deductibles starting in 2015, presuming that's what their plan year looks like. In 2015, the whole thing resets. We'll reset the family deductibles, and we'll go through this whole process over again. And the idea here is that we're not punishing people who have a large number of children. Essentially, we say, hey, once you have a bunch of participants on the plan, we don't want to treat you any differently from anybody else. So I hope that helps to understand the concept of individual and family deductibles. As mentioned, this is really only for the LLQP course and directly applicable to cost sharing and coordination of benefits within group health plans. Thank you very much and enjoy your continued study.